Hello, hello. Good Monday to everybody. Like I forget the days of the week already. Happy Monday. So today I just want to, of course we do a little devotional, but I just want to wish all of the students heading back out to school a successful school term. I pray that God will give you all wisdom, that you would be above average, as I tell my own children. Be above average, be successful. Mediocrity is not your game plan. Your game plan is to be above average. So I trust that you will be able to handle the workload, you'll be able to function in full capacity wherever you are. I hope that you would have been able to access your books, you would have been able to access a device as we are continuing distance learning via the internet, online classes. So I pray all of you success, whether it be preschool, first year, whatever area, standard 5, A-levels, university level, whatever level you may be at and heading back out to school. I just pray success, 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 success. To the parents, God's grace and mercies. Especially if you have little ones, I pray the grace of God keep you mentally, you and the teacher, because you all are working together now. You are co-teaching with the teacher. So grace and peace, wisdom, strength. Today we are in First Peter, and I just want to read a couple of verses and just have us gears up for this last quarter, this new month. Today is the 6th of September, and it's the last quarter of the month, and there's still time to do great things. So with that in mind, First Peter chapter 1 from verse 13, it says, "Therefore with minds that are alert and fully sober, set your hope on the grace to be brought to you when Jesus Christ is revealed at his coming. As obedient children, do not conform to the evil desires you had when you lived in ignorance. But just as he who called you is holy, so be holy in all you do. For it is written, be holy because I am holy. Since you call on a Father who judges each person's work impartially, live out your time as foreigners here in reverent fear. For you know that it is not with perishable things such as silver or gold that you were redeemed from the empty way of life handed down to you from your ancestors, but with the precious blood of Christ, a lamb without blemish or defect. He was chosen before the creation of the world, but was revealed in these last times for your sake. Through him you believe in God, who raised him from the dead and glorified him, and so your faith and hope are in God." I'll go over and read it again. Verse 14 said, "As obedient children, do not conform to the evil desires you had when you lived in ignorance. But just as he who called you is holy, be holy in all you do. For it is written, be holy because I am holy. Since you call on a Father who judges each person's work impartially." So he's an impartial judge. Everybody's work will be judged. "Live out your time as foreigners here in reverent faith." We are in a period where you could find yourself wondering, what to do, boy? what to do? What are we doing? Because of what is taking place in the world, what is taking place in your own country, wherever you may be, what is taking place in your life at this point in time. I have only started back working. This is the second week. No, this is the third week, I believe. Recently. And you could find yourself thinking to yourself, should I continue? Should I pursue? Should I go forward? Should I keep it moving? You could find yourself asking yourself a couple of questions or two because of the uncertainty of life as it is presently. And I want to say though, just as how Peter highlighted, God is going to judge our work. So if you sit down and do nothing, He judge you for that too. So if you do, you're going to get judged. If you don't do, I think He's the judge. So I want to encourage us today, this month. Like for me, September just always feels like we should be bursting fireworks when September first comes, because it just feels like a new year. I don't know if it's because it's school. I don't know if because a lot of significant things in my life have taken place in the month of September, the beginning of September. So it always just feels like, whoop. What we could do, what's the plan? Let's go. It's always feel like that to me. It is the last quarter of the year, which is a full 4 months. Full 4 months. All of these months have at least 30 days. And I don't want us to be stuck. I don't want us to stand up wondering. Just stand up, I don't know, you're just telling yourself, I don't know. I would like to encourage us to do something. And if you don't know what to do, I just want to encourage us to spend some time with God, the one who judges impartially all that we do. And if you call Him Father, that's what Peter said. If you address Him as Father, go and address Him and say to Him, I really don't know what the next move is, and I need some direction. I need a light to turn on by the street corner so that I will know to make a left here. And talk to your Father. Talk to Him. That's it. If you address Him as Father, you have to be mindful that He judges each person's work impartially. And I just really want to encourage us to not be stuck. To not be stuck doing nothing. To not be stuck stagnant and changing clothes in stagnancy and thinking that you're moving forward. Because we could do that. We could just be in the same place, but what we're doing is changing clothes and changing position. Instead of facing forward, we start to turn left, but we're not moving forward. And I would like to encourage us to find out what your giftings are. Right now in church we are doing spiritual gifts, and let me tell you, somehow like your belly bubbling, because like now that you have the knowledge, you are without excuse. So I really want to encourage us today, make good use of the time that you have here, because God, He is going to judge us. He's going to judge us for it, for what we do and what we didn't do. And even if you don't know what to do, just ask Him, Lord, I want to be a useful vessel. A useful vessel. One of the sisters, hi Melissa, said to us during service, you don't want to be a tool in the devil's tool shed, but you want to be a utensil that Christ could use, that He could use. You know, when you're baking a cake, you need a tablespoon, you need a whisk, you need different utensils. Be a useful utensil rather than being a tool in the devil's tool shed. Don't let the devil find things for you to do. Ask God, Lord, what it is you have need of me for today. Like, how could I help your agenda, help accomplish something that you have planned out for today, what I could do. And I know I have grown up with the idea, the thought, that in order for you to do ministry, in order for you to do something for God, that you had to, a mic had to be in hand, you had to dress a particular way, you had to look a particular way, you have to, it have to happen within the church walls. It have to happen, like if you're not doing nothing there, then you're not functioning in the body, you're warming bench. But let me tell you, if you see some school now open, you know of a child that needs some books, and you could help a parent lend assistance in that way by purchasing books or stationery or whatever that child needs. That is ministry, sister, brethren, brother, sister, friend. That is ministry. That is being useful in the kingdom of God. And I just want to encourage us to not put these flowery things over what we could do for God, and just make yourself available. Make yourself available. Start to tell yourself during these next 4 months, Lord, I'm available to you. There's a song that used to say that, Lord, I'm available to you. Make yourself available. Lord, today I'm going on the road. If there's anything or anyone that you need me to help, lend assistance to, speak a word to, put them in my path and give me the right words to say. Put your words on my lips. Lord, give me something. It doesn't necessarily require you to be in front of people. Sometimes it's something that you could do quietly that it's only you and the other person know that you do the thing that you just did. And that would be something that God will require of you at that point in time, because, hey, I need you to meet this need. And that would be you accomplishing God's purpose for your life. Dealing with task by task as they come along. And sometimes you just figure, I don't know what my purpose is. I want to know what my purpose is. And you looking for this big, grand, billboard to say something, when God just needs you to be available when he needs you. Available when we need you. We did the Shunammite woman already, you know. Elisha and his servant needed something to eat, and she was there available, and that they needed somewhere to rest their head while they were passing by her house every time they went on that journey. Make yourself available. Make yourself available. And we know how God blessed her in the end. And it's not because she didn't do it for that. In fact, she tell them, oh no, don't frustrate my life. Though, this way you're coming to tell me here. Don't do me that. She was not looking for that. But God blessed her. The end result of you doing some small, something that you might think insignificant, baking a bread for somebody, just sending somebody a message or a voice note to tell them, drink water today. You don't know what that would have done or could have done for somebody, and God probably would have just needed you to do that particular thing that looked like this so insignificant, but it's so small, but it's so whatever it is. Make it a prayer over these next 4 months. Lord, where would you want me? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to function? How do you want me to operate over these next 4 months, over these next 4 weeks, over these next 4 days? And just take it step by step, day by day, just making sure that you are doing that. When the one you are just as Father comes and judges impartially, you won't be found wanting. You won't be found with your pants down because this didn't look like, it didn't seem important or whatever. Just be obedient. And it could be just a simple voice note, a simple message that somebody needs at that point in time. Just make yourself available. And I want to encourage us as well. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. When the Israelites left Egypt and the army was behind them, all they had to do was go forward. Water like that in front of them, and it made no sense. Going forward made no sense because it just looked like an obstacle. It just looked like, how are we going to walk through that? I mean, it's water. We go through, we go there. But they moved forward, and they continued moving forward until they ended up in the promised land. Don't, unless God tell you to be still. You don't take it upon yourself. Well, I know this ain't gonna make sense, and because of fear, and you just stand up. You prefer to stay where you are. Right? You letting fear cripple you, fear shackle you into a position of comfort because you know what, here familiar, and at least I know, and God is calling me to go forward. God is requiring of you to take a step, to take a leap of faith. But now, here comfortable, and at least I know here, that's what the Israelites say, no, we are accustomed to the onion and thing we was getting there, no, best we go back there. And God performed a miracle, opened the Red Sea, and they move forward. Keep moving forward. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know where you are presently, but don't stay stuck because of what is going on around you. God, who is aware of everything, the universe, down here, up there, He's fully aware of everything that pertains to your life. Just ask Him, God, should I move forward left to the left, take a left turn, or go forward to the right, or just go straight? But don't find yourself stuck because, I don't know, it's easy. I'm telling you, being in a comfortable position, knowing that at least I know, God probably telling you, start your own business. But you're working for somebody and they're saying, well, at least I know, I'm getting $4,500 a month. They paying NIS. At least I know, and they're taking out a little bit from a pension. At least I know that's safe and I'm comfortable here. But God has something bigger for you. God has something brighter for you. But no, you comfortable here, and this does pay the bills. But God have a bigger plan. He's saying down the road, much further than you or I could see. But here is comfortable, here is safe, here is sure. That salary sure, permanent. You don't know. And I want to encourage us that yes, the unknown, it is very scary. Trust me, I'm an entrepreneur. And on a monthly basis, I cannot tell you what my salary is. I cannot tell you that I pay myself this much, because March might be booming, April might be off the charts. May, you're interceding on your behalf. Father, one, I need one this week, Lord. That's just how it is sometimes. And so you cannot afford to be comfortable in security, man-made security. At least I know. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So if He's saying to you, move, go forward, don't stay here, do this, try this, do it and hope for the best. Hope. Hope, have faith that God, who is in charge of the universe, knows fully well what you need, how you need it, when you need it, and He's going to, if He's telling me to do this, then He's able to provide and supply all things that I need according to His riches and glory, not according to my riches. So I just want to encourage us to move forward to be useful in the kingdom. Be useful in the kingdom. Don't just be comfortable with the fact that, oh, well, I saved, thank God. I saved, and I just pray, and I just read my Bible. All is well in the world, thank you, Jesus. And I'm working on the little things, but when God call you to have this one or say something with that one, no. Not me and that. Trust me. Trust your sister here. Yeah. Sometimes your spirit says, no, not that. I don't want to do that. No. And this is what we be telling God when we don't make ourselves available for His use. So I'm encouraging us, and feel free. If you look for Faith Contenders Community, www.faithcontenderscommunity, and you click on the link, you go down to fellowship with us, you click join on a Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and on a Tuesday at 6 p.m. you will find we're dealing with the Trinity, and we're dealing with the gifts of the Holy Spirit, our spiritual gifts. So I would encourage you. Both topics are very, very interesting, and we've only just started. And yeah, I just really want to put that plug in there. If you don't know what your giftings are, now is a real good time to log in and to find out. You'll find out if your gifting is faith, or if your gifting is administration. You'll find out what it is by the end of this session, the end of these sessions, because we know, like I said, now getting into it, and it is going real good, if I must say so myself. So I just want to encourage us to be useful in the kingdom of God, to do something. And I really want to stress, it does not necessarily require you to be out there for everybody to see. It doesn't require you to have a mic in your hand. It not necessarily requires you to do something where you are seen. It can be a little thing in the background that, like I say, is only you and the person that you probably did it for, or you and God know that you're doing this thing on behalf of God. And I just want to encourage us to be useful vessels for the kingdom in whatever minute way. I'm telling you, in whatever minute way. There are people out there that needs what you have, and what you have could be a bread, and that is ministry. The boy that had the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, that was what was needed at that point in time to feed the multitude. Your little, whatever you think so insignificant that cannot be used, just make your little available for the master's use. Just make your little available. I am amazed at that thought at this point in time. His 5 loaves and 2 fishes, 2 fish fed 5,000 men. 5,000 men is who they counted, plus it had women and children. 5,000 plus people, 5 loaves and 2 fishes, 2 fish fed. I just want to encourage us. Whatever your little is, use your little so that when the one who you address as Father comes back to judge and judges impartially, he ain't gonna say, well, I understand you was a little frightened. I understand that you're timid. I understand that you don't like crowd and you don't like to talk to plenty people and you're an introvert. He's going to be very impartial and none of that going to be able to stand up when he asks, I wanted you to do so and so. What it is happen? What you going to say? I really want to encourage us to be useful in the kingdom of God and your 5 loaves and 2 fish. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs it. Whatever your it is, somebody needs that it. So I just want to encourage us. Just know that God, the one we call Father, judges impartially, and He's going to judge our works. He's going to judge our works. Are you making yourself useful? Are you being active in the kingdom of God? Are you lazy? Are you getting things done as little as it is? Are you making yourself available so that when somebody messages to say, "Gail, I'm having a real bad day today," you are ready and equipped to be able to share a word that will bring life, that will rejuvenate, that will spring joy and cause peace to reign in that person's life because they would have met you or because they would have heard something you would have said. I just want to encourage us, implore us, be useful in the kingdom. Be useful in the kingdom. Find something to do to edify the body, to edify those that you will meet, to win some soul to Christ, to be a light, to shine, to be salt, to affect life. Salt affects whatever it goes in, and the lack thereof is felt. So I just want to encourage us. Your 5 loaves, your 2 fish, God needs it. God needs it. God needs it. God needs it. So until next time, guys, have a blessed week. Be safe. Be useful. Be useful. Be useful. Be useful. Get busy. Get busy. And like I just want to stress, it doesn't mean you holding a mic. It doesn't mean you being on a platform. It doesn't mean you talking to 100 people or 30 people. It could just be you meeting a need, you doing something that God wants you to do at that point in time for somebody that you would have just met or know of, or He dropping your spirit to pray for somebody and you do it right at that point in time because that person just needed that extra prayer sent up on their behalf at that point in time, and you were obedient. Whatever your it is, make it available for the Master's use, because He will judge. He will judge the things that we do and the things that we fail to do. Until next time, guys, have a great week. Love you all. Be safe. Encourage somebody. Support a small business. Most of us are back out. Teas, Nail Hub, Shaz, Snaps, Beauty with Grace Salon and Spa, Beauty with Grace Accents, My Pot of Peace, Mama You Are Able, Sweet Memories by Colors. Find some business to support them. Small businesses need you all right now. So yeah, a little goes a long way. A share, a like, a purchase, as small as it is to a little happy dance. But when you get that call, when you get that DM, when we get that message. So until next time, guys, be safe. Have a blessed week. Love you all.